What is going on, guys? As you guys know, I am Trutriz, and today I want to teach you guys how to persuade your parents to let you get Grand Theft Auto. And I mean, this really works for any Grand Theft Auto. It can be Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, San Andreas, Vice City, really any Grand Theft Auto game. I'm gonna help you guys get the game pretty much. I'm gonna tell you guys what the rating is of the game, so you guys can understand where I'm coming from when I give you guys the points. So, of course, Grand Theft Auto is rated M. It is blood, intense violence, partial nudity, strong language, strong sexual content, use of drugs, and alcohol. So, if you guys are having your parents watch this video right now, let me quickly explain what Grand Theft Auto is. I mean, with not hiding anything, this is like completely upfront. I'm telling you guys what the game's about. The story of the game, I mean, they change and alter from game to game, but basically, the goal of the game is to be a criminal. You're pretty much a criminal for the game. You might rob banks, you might do like car chases, you know, like it's just a bunch of criminal activity. You name it, and pretty much Grand Theft Auto has it. But that's something not to be afraid of. People right away judge it, and they be like, wow, I really don't want you to play this game because maybe you might start becoming a criminal. You might think that doing this stuff is cool, and it's like the thing to do. It's not. I mean, you know, like people get the wrong like perspective of this. Like, people think nowadays that video games change kids. They think that if they play a violent video game, then they're going to become more violent and they're going to start hitting kids. I mean, that's not necessarily true. It really all comes back to your parenting. You know, like, people right away blame video games if their child becomes, like, psycho and crazy, and, they hurt people, and they're mean to kids. You know, like, that's not a video game's fault. That's your own fault. That's the parents' fault for not controlling your kids. You gotta teach your kids what's right and what's wrong. Video games don't do that. Video games aren't teachers. They're not people that tell you to do stuff, you know. It's just an object, you know. It's like watching football. I mean, football is a pretty violent game itself, you know. Like, what you gonna do? Tell your kid not to watch football because in the game of football they tackle each other, you know? Like, it's all about parenting, really. I think that's like the biggest thing that really confuses like parents from not letting kids get games. Video games don't teach kids to do bad stuff. It's not getting lessons from your parents, from knowing what's right and wrong. So, with that getting out of the way, I'm going to continue with how to persuade your parents to get Grand Theft Auto. So, my story for this actually starts when I entered 6th grade. I'm a senior now in high school, and I mean, it's been a long time, and now I'm at the legal age where I can actually buy rated on games. So, I mean, I obviously don't struggle with this anymore. My parents are fine with it now, but back then, when I was in 6th grade, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and I was in desperate need to get this game. I'm sure a lot of you guys are, and maybe not right now when you guys are watching this video going, wow, I'm definitely gonna get this game. But then come a couple months when GTA 5 comes out, and you're going, Mom and Dad, can I get this game? And they're gonna say, no, you cannot get the game. It might be a little shocker to you guys, you know. Maybe you guys aren't prepared for that, so that's why you guys are watching this video, so you guys know what to do. So, anyways, when GTA 4 came out, I was ecstatic. You know, I tried getting it the first day it came out. I was pumped. I was ready to go, and I got turned down. My parents would not let me, and it was kind of strange because I was able to get any rated M game pretty much imaginable. You know, I got Call of Duty, I got Halo, I got Gears of War, even like those bloody games, and like violent games. I have another video kind of talking to you guys about violent games and talking about like Call of Duty and whatnot, so I might link it below. So GTA is a different type of game. My parents like made sure I got the understanding of it. It wasn't the violence that they weren't like scared about. It was the like illegal stuff, you know, or like the use of drugs and alcohol. Once again, they thought that I might get like influenced to start doing drugs after I played this game, which was completely not true. I've never tried drugs before. Don't worry, I'm not like that at all. Same with alcohol. But the one thing that really scared my parents was the partial nudity and strong sexual content. And I have to admit, I mean, GTA, there are hookers, there are strippers. You don't necessarily see them 100% nude, but it comes pretty close. And the biggest thing that I can really stress, if you guys have parents that are freaking out over the partial nudity or the strong sexual content, you have to understand that Grand Theft Auto, in the whole point of view, even if you're afraid of the drug use and whatnot, Grand Theft Auto, the whole main point of Grand Theft Auto is that it's a sandbox game. What I mean by a sandbox game is you can do whatever the heck you want to do. There is a story mode, of course, and I recommend, if you're sensitive to the use of drugs and alcohol and sexual content, not to do the story mode, because the story mode might have a mission where you might have to do a drug deal or something like that. But other than that, Grand Theft Auto in general is an open world game. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. There are strip clubs. You don't have to go to them. You can completely avoid strip clubs. You don't have to go into strip clubs. You don't have to see any hookers or anything like that. That stuff is all open world stuff. You don't have to do it. I actually found the most fun in this game treating it like a Need for Speed game. And what I mean by that is maybe causing some ruckus and then stealing a car and then driving away and getting in a huge police chase. That's where I found the thrill of the game. It wasn't doing drug deals or anything like that. It was just riding around doing whatever the heck you want to do. The driving part of the game is so much fun. It's almost worth just getting the game just so you can be able to drive through the streets, through whatever city you want to go to. Either if you're in Liberty City, if you have GTA 4 or San Andreas or whatever you are. I mean, just driving through the cities are just awesome, and having police cop cars chasing you around. I mean, that's freaking awesome. But once again, I want to stress it again. You don't have to do everything that the game offers. And it's kind of misunderstood. People think that this game, you're limited, you have to do all that stuff. You really don't have to see any strippers or hookers or anything like that. I mean, you can avoid them. You really don't have to do it. So if you guys still don't believe me, or if your parents don't believe me and they're freaking out and they're going, you know what, I really don't want you to play this game still. You know what I did back when I first got it? I actually paid for it by myself, paid the whole $60 or whatever for the game, and then I brought it home, and I promised my parents that they can watch me play it whenever I play it, and if they see something bad, then they're gonna have to take it away from me, and I just won't be able to play it until I'm old enough to actually buy it myself. And what happened was I actually got the game, stuck it in, played the first mission or whatever, drove around the city, had a blast, just did whatever I wanted, and my parents found out it really wasn't that bad of a game, and it's really blown up, people read stuff online and how bad Grand Theft Auto is, but when they read that stuff, that's coming from people that have done the whole experience of the game. It's not the main point. I personally love GTA the most when I'm doing whatever the heck I want to do. And when I'm stuck to that story mode, although the story mode is a lot of fun, I have the most fun when I'm doing whatever I want to do, and it's all on your time. That's the biggest thing, and you don't have to do any of the bad things that GTA offers. If you want to stay away from the partial nudity and sexual content, you can stay away from it. If you want to stay away from the drugs and alcohol, you can definitely avoid that. You don't have to go to the bars or anything like that. So, hopefully this video helps you guys out. I might make another one if you guys want some more in-depth detail about it, or if you guys want me to tell you guys some other games. Maybe you have a rated M game you really want, like Gears of War or Red Dead Redemption or Call of Duty or something, or Assassin's Creed, and you guys want me to do a Persuasion video about that, please comment below what you guys want. Also, if you would please like this video if you guys thought it was helpful and useful, or maybe you can have GTA already, but if you think this video will be helpful for others, you can like it too. Also, subscribe to me, it'd be really much appreciated, and have a great day. I will see you guys later. Stay true. Peace.